I'm Joanne Roberts reporting live from Folklorama. It is the end of the first week, and pavilions are playing their final shows before new pavilions take the stage next week. Right now, I am at the Ukraine-Kyiv pavilion with adult ambassadors Blair Yakomowski and Oksana Dudic. Blair, you are dressed so ornately, I would say. Can you tell me?
Is the term that I would use, ornately for sure. So I am dressed kind of like a Cossack hetman. I have a jupon, or a jacket, that has the sleeves cut out so when I hop on my horse I can gallop away quickly. And I've got the hetman's bulava, the ceremonial mace that shows that I'm in charge. But here at Folklorama, we've got volunteers that run everything at the Ukraine-Kyiv pavilion, so it's really symbolic of what I have. But I was honored to wear this and be the ambassador, and I purchased this when I was in Ukraine a couple of years ago.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. So now we have Oksana. Oksana, we are celebrating a lot of fashion here at the Ukraine-Kyiv pavilion. Can you tell me about the dresses that we have here?
So a lot of the Western designers have been inspired by Ukrainian kilims. For example, the kilim that we have in the back the skirt was inspired by that kilim. So that's Valentina's skirt.
Amazing.
Oscar de la Renta pants that were inspired by some of the black and white designs we have. And then we have BCBG jacket that would be something that's current that you would wear to Easter.
Amazing. For me, being a fashion lover, hearing all of these really well-known names and knowing that they have taken inspiration from Ukraine traditional clothing is really incredible. Oh my goodness, who is that? Is that Alex Karpa, CityNews? Hey, Alex.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. What are you doing here?
I am dancing my final show here with Rusalka Ukrainian Dance Ensemble. This is kind of weird here. It's usually me asking the questions, not answering them. So this is kind of a bit of a different turn for me. But yeah, it's 10 years here with Rusalka, performing my final number tonight at the 9:45 show. We're doing Buko Suite, and then we're also doing the Hopak. But it's a bittersweet moment. Not every day you can have a long career like I did. I'm very blessed, very fortunate, and it's going to be quite emotional. I'm kind of getting a little emotional right now as we speak, but it's going to be, doing the hay with your girlfriend as your partner and your best friends on stage. There's nothing quite like it. So it's truly an honor, and I'm just happy to be here at the Ukraine Pavilion.
I love that. One question for you, looking back at your long career here, is there a particular moment that resonates with you that you're sort of thinking about as you play your final shows?
Yeah, I guess it would be when I was a young kid coming on the stage here at the pavilion for the first time, and it's kind of come full circle that this was my first performance here, was at Ukraine-Kyiv pavilion maybe 20 years ago or whatever it was, and now 20 years later I'm here able to still perform and do one final number with the group that I've called home essentially for the last 10 years. So it's just thinking about that and thinking about all the people that have come along the way and have left before us, and to the people that have danced before us as well and left that honor that Rusalka carries, and Ukrainian dancing as a whole. So it's truly an honor, and I'll be thinking about all those people and my family as well who got me to this point.
Well, it is so great to be chatting with you in your element. Thank you so much for joining us. Break a leg, everybody, at your next and your final shows. Thank you again. We are going to be bringing you some more live coverage from Folklorama next week, so stay tuned. But for now, here is a wrap-up of the week that we did at the Folklorama Pavilions. Here is what we had to do. It's been 7 days of traveling around the world in our small city of Winnipeg, and at every step we immersed ourselves in the culture of each pavilion. We started the week by celebrating something special with Ghana.
This is actually our first year hosting our own pavilion. We've been part of Folklorama for over 20 years now, previously performing with the Africa Pavilion. We're excited to host our own pavilion this year and bring our culture to the world.
We've been dancing since we've been 2 years old, so it's so exciting to have our own pavilion here.
Yeah, we're definitely so blessed to have our own pavilion. We've been waiting so long to have this, so it's amazing.
Our next stop was much closer to home as we celebrated Canadian culture at the First Nations Pavilion.
That feeling when you get that adrenaline rush from dancing, you just feel on top of the world. It's euphoric.
On the cradle board, we would carry our young children in these boards, and we would wear them on our backs so that we're able to use our hands for whatever we really needed to do. And all of these pieces have been kind of a legacy carrying, which is really an important part of our pavilion.
Over at the Irish Pavilion, we decided to turn it up a notch. Okay, I'm not good at this, but can you show me how it's really done?
Of course we can. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8.
These are traditional Irish dancing costumes that we wear in competition. They traditionally were more embroidery, less glitz and glam, but over time they've kind of evolved.
We also sampled some traditional foods and learned about the cultural display.
Stewing beef, onions, and gravy. The beef's so tender. Yeah, so tender. It just melts in your mouth. Yeah.
Our final stop on this trip around the world was the Philippines.
Our pavilion is called Pearl of the Orient Philippine Pavilion.
We did the traditional tinikling dance, and others tried it too. Thanks for joining us for our live coverage for Folklorama Week 1. I'm Joanne Roberts at the Ukraine Pavilion reporting live for City News. We are back next week with one more thing to say to you.
Slava Ukraini!